Thank you very much. Nations to please dedicate this event to the Heavenly God.
Soon after Mama's visit, I received the first international call from Rita Roy, President of the Makerere Foundation, who in a very short statement said, "We are going to support you with $1 million to help you recover the student records." Indeed, the seed sown by the Makerere Foundation has transformed Makerere into one of the most digitalized universities globally. Your actions helped to reduce the sadness that had engulfed our hearts. When Professor Linette and I came to Cabinet to explain the cause of the fire, you guided the Cabinet to immediately approve the release of the 21 billion shillings that was required to reconstruct the building. The basement of the building will accommodate the Makerere University Museum, and we will be honored to host the Luwero War Memorial Museum if we are allowed to do so. Makerere University is very much associated with that liberation war, and it is just befitting that we honor those who left the university to fight for freedom. As an architect, I can affirm that this building will stand and proclaim to the world, we build for the future, for centuries to come. The ceremony of opening the reconstructed building, which you have just presided over, brings to an end the anxiety among Makerere staff, students, alumni, and other stakeholders by seeing their icon of higher education in this region once again standing tall, beautiful, and proud.
By extending a vote of thanks for the funds that have been contributed to the reconstruction of the main building, but most importantly and particularly to the reconstruction and renovations that have been taking place in the halls of residence. They have finished Lumumba Hall. They are now at Mary Stewart. I know they are coming for Complex, then Mitchell, and other halls of residences that are in a dilapidated state. They are yet to be renovated. We extend a vote of appreciation for you being in position to recognize that need and release the funds to cater.
We extend our heartfelt appreciation to the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development for implementing Your Excellency's directives and providing the necessary funding for these critical projects. Your Excellency, we have aligned our processes and systems with government policies and expectations to ensure accountable service delivery in higher education. Our immediate focus is threefold. One is to ensure that teaching, learning, and research systems. Two is to align our research agenda with the national development plans. And three is to raise value-based students through the Emerging Leaders Program recently inaugurated by Mama Janet Museveni. We recognize the university's critical role as a hub for consistent and intentional transformative conversations.
Mr. President, I take this opportunity to thank you and the First Lady, Honorable Janet Museveni, for your decision to employ me at Makerere in the position of Chancellor. Please join me and we clap for the President. I thank you very much. In the same vein, Mr. President, I convey the appreciation of my immediate family for this deployment. I will, in the coming days, Mr. President, link with the university through the Vice Chancellor to more clearly understand issues at the university and see how to relate with the managers of the university in the context of the central task we face to transform our continent, Africa, Uganda inclusive. In this regard, my preliminary thinking includes: 1, deepening the linkage of the wider community of students and staff of Makerere University with the central government and the communities of Uganda. Can the research agendas of the university speak more clearly and more directly to the development agenda as spelled out by government? Can the students be more involved in different forms of extension in the Ugandan population and communities?
The struggle to develop and transform Africa is a revolutionary duty. It is therefore the duty of all patriots of Uganda and Africa, wherever they may be, to do what they can in support of this effort. Makerere University is a prominent and historical central learning and knowledge-generating institutions in Africa. Makerere University, therefore, has the duty to keep abreast with the developments in Africa. And those of us who get the opportunity to do some work here have the duty and obligation to keep this assignment under central focus. I thank you all for your attention.
I am happy to join you on this beautiful day when we celebrate a double event indeed. Thanking God for the successful restoration of the main building, a monumental infrastructure, and installing a new University Chancellor, Dr. Crispus Kiyonga. Congratulations, Dr. Kiyonga, on your esteemed appointment. I also extend the heartfelt congratulations to Professor Ezra Suruma for your exemplary service as Chancellor for the 2 terms. You served your role with distinction, and we are proud of you. The memory of 20th September, as you have heard from those who spoke before me, 2020, when the iconic Ivory Tower was engulfed in flames, remains vivid to many of us. Makerere's main building is more than just infrastructure. It symbolizes the history and evolution of higher education in Uganda and is a masterpiece of architecture. Today, we celebrate its restoration and the newly ignited hope for the future. The Bible says, "A righteous man may fall 7 times, but he rises again." That's in Proverbs 24, verse 16. The restoration of main building symbolizes the rising again of Makerere University, I believe. Makerere will once again produce national, continental, and world leaders, men and women, trained and equipped with knowledge and skill, passionate, selfless, and willing to pay the price to see their communities transformed. Africa, they want to see Africa united, economically independent, and developing. It is my prayer that Makerere will continue to play a pivotal role in future generations. Your Excellency, the President, I am delighted to note that Makerere has restored this building to its original exterior glory while making necessary the interior adjustments to meet current needs. The restoration design undertaken by our academicians from the Makerere University College of Engineering, Design, Art, and Technology is even more fulfilling. This exemplifies how our academic expertise can be practically applied to deliver public goods and services. We hope to see more initiatives where academicians directly support government projects extending beyond the gates of Makerere. On behalf of our nation's education sector, I thank you, Your Excellency, for your immediate directive to fund the restoration of this iconic building and other critical projects at Makerere, including the students' residences. When the University Council attempted to establish a fundraising committee for the main building, they had reservations about raising the substantial funds needed for such a complex restoration. Your timely intervention, Mr. President, underscores your unwavering support for the higher education sector and Makerere University in particular. The main building is not an isolated area of government investment at this university, as you have heard from the leaders of this university. We were supposed to commission the School of Law building this morning and the refurbished Lumumba Hall, which means they are done, they are ready and waiting for commissioning. Other government-funded projects include the ongoing renovation of Mary Stuart Hall, the construction of the School of Dentistry, the perimeter wall, as you have heard already from the Vice Chancellor before me, and improvements at the University Hospital, including setting up an operating theater and ICU. We have moved beyond the past when our partners in development funded all major infrastructure projects at this university and others. With improved economic performance, our government can and will continue to take up these responsibilities incrementally. Yes, but also, as the Minister of Education and Sports, I'd be even more proud to know that Makerere and other public universities has some good investment in an endowment fund, which gives you more freedom to fulfill your plans, and I can't wait for that day when I hear that good news. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to highlight that alongside our investments in infrastructure, the government has also prioritized other critical operational aspects of the university. A key area of focus is research funding, which was previously reliant on our partners. The reliance on donor funding also meant that we had limited control over the research agenda, often resulting in studies that did not address our local needs. Establishing the Research and Innovation Fund bridges that gap now and ensures that our research efforts yield outcomes that drive economic growth and social transformation. On this momentous day, I must also commend the government's progressive steps towards resolving staff remuneration issues, including salary harmonization and enhancement. This fiscal year, the government has fully funded salary harmonization across all public universities and remains committed to further salary enhancements as economic conditions improve. To the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nawangwe, and your team, we have great confidence in the potential of Makerere University and other public universities to tackle the pressing challenges facing our nation and the African continent. With a rapidly growing population, we must produce more food and expand economic opportunities to ensure gainful employment for all. We need local solutions to the continuously emerging challenges. Our investments in higher education are driven by the high expectation that you will deliver these solutions promptly. You are a significant partner in national development. Please remember that always. Congratulations to you all on the re-inauguration of the main building. May this achievement inspire hope, zeal, continued progress, and innovation as we build for the future. It is now my singular honor to invite Your Excellency to address this gathering. I thank you.
I was happy to take part in commissioning it, and I acted as a tour guide to you new people, to show you where we used to have some historical debates, like the debate we had in 1969, in which I participated, and Professor Mazrui was there, and Dr. Rodney was there. Even Kanyihamba, I remember Kanyihamba was also there. And we had our big arguments between the patriots, who were led by Dr. Rodney, and those who were pro other ideas, led by Professor Mazurui. Dr. Crispus Kiyonga is an outstanding cadre and leader of the NRM. He's a member of the Central Committee, and he has been very active in our efforts ever since 1980, when we were involved with UPM. So I congratulate him and I congratulate the university. Universities, including Makerere, are centers of knowledge. The question is, what is knowledge? Knowledge is about what? Part of the problem of Africa has been the confusion on this idea. What is knowledge? On the side of natural sciences, these universities, like the ones in Africa, have been doing some work. But I want you to audit. How are you doing it? Can you not improve the teaching of science? Science, which means understanding the laws of nature and using them to solve problems. But from the science side of social science, it is again the same challenge. Because this human being, this Homo sapiens sapien, when he was inventing things, and it would affect the way society is organized. You have seen that when fire was invented, the whole society changed from staying in trees to staying in caves. when our people, ancient people invented agriculture, the whole thing changed. In the hunter-gathering times, the hunter was very important because he's the one who was feeding the family. But now, with the crops, the one who could cultivate became very important, and who could domesticate animals. So every change in level of science affects the society. Now, are we conversant with these social ideas? Because these are now social ideas now. I came here and I spoke to Professor Chirumira. He was the one heading the history department. And I wanted to engage them because I was already very active with the science side. The food technology people, I was with them, Chamhangire, Florence Muranga, and all of those. The Kira Motors, Musasizi, Tokodri, I'm always very busy with those to deepen the ideas of natural science. How about the social science side? Because there are a lot of problems there. The paralysis in Africa is because of that side of the social sciences. The correct ideas of how to organize society. So I therefore challenge you, and I challenge Dr. Kiyonga to audit this. How is that? When we came from the bush, I brought these ideas. And I met Dr. Mujaju. We came, I talked to Dr. Mujaju, we talked. I thought he had got what I was saying. Introducing political economy as a paper, in all courses. Whatever you study, have a paper to understand the laws that govern the changes in society. Which are these laws? I'm telling you that law number one is that when there's change in science and technology, there are concomitant changes in society. That's what I'm telling you now. And this is what I wanted Mujaju to follow up. But then Mujaju went and made development studies. Before I knew that you could get a degree in development studies. It was a whole degree now. But me, I was talking about a paper in political economy, not how is the development studies from, where do you put economics, where do you put what? I couldn't. Up to now, I have not had time really to go back for that battle. So when I went to our university in Mbarara, which I had started, because in Mbarara I started it myself, and I wanted it to follow our NRM ideas. I put a faculty of medicine. Then with Professor Kayanja, we added a faculty of computer science, science education, to teach science teachers. Then we added, I think, Bachelor of Nursing and Bachelor of Computer, something. Then I heard they had started development studies. Please. Please. I don't know what I protested. I didn't go on the streets, but I don't know whether it is still there in Mbarara or what. So, with these few words, regarding the road unit, that's a very good idea. The road unit I would definitely support that so that you can have your own road unit. You teach your engineers how to make roads and how to to do buildings and so on. Practically, I totally agree with that. Coming to talk to the students, I will be very happy. Oh, I like talking. If you invite me. If you invite me, you do so at your own risk. So I will happily come.
Where is the gown? Your gown? The gown. Bring it here. Chancellor designate. And we request Your Excellency just wait as the chair comes on there. Row. Chancellor.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening is that the visitor has now installed the Chancellor and is getting him seated in his official chair as the Chancellor of Makerere University, and has also handed to him the Universities and Other National Institutions Act, which is the founding law of this public university. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome and congratulate our new Chancellor, Dr. Crispus Kiyonga.
Thank you very much. We shall have one last photo, Your Excellency. We beg your indulgence. One last one. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for bearing with us. Thank you very much.
More than 50 billion shillings on the reconstruction of the main building halls of residence. The government has also made remarkable investments in the resilience. We are working with innovators from Katwe, from even Katanga here. Thank the government for providing the funds for the harmonization of salaries. Some of the letters given to some of them are not very clear, but of this category of staff, and to increase research productivity, much needed resources, as well as the means of finance. And we have established a disability support center of leaders through the Emerging Leaders Program. And on 27th, corruption and the deadly HIV/AIDS oversight that has enabled the university to achieve.
The First Lady, Mama, for your unwavering